Hello and welcome to Forex Academy, your #1 website for Forex and crypto education and analysis. In today's edition, we're going to be discussing better bid or better offered. In the old days of currency trading, long before the internet, around the late 1970s to mid-1990s, banks who traded in the foreign exchange market would largely rely on brokers to feed them in exchange rate prices. This was much quicker than phoning around 150 banks in London or the other major financial centres in order to try and find a bid or offer which matched where they wanted to trade, although many of them would do this as well with preferred trading partners. It was much easier to call up a broker who had a team who was directly speaking with all banks simultaneously, and again, this applies to the major trading centres such as London, New York and Frankfurt. Most brokers would call prices, which were offered to them by their banking clients, down a direct squawk box to the banker's desk in order to relay movements in foreign exchange currency rates. If the bank liked the rate, they would trade the bid or the offer. Bank names would be checked for credit and risk purposes, and the deal would be closed within a few seconds usually. Because the current technology was not available, the volatility which we take for granted in the markets was pretty much unheard of, where brokers would simply quote the exchange spreads as price moved up and down. Nowadays, that would be absolutely impossible because an exchange rate can move 50 pips in a few seconds. One of the features that brokers would call out along with the prices was whether the market was better offered or better bid. In other words, whether there was more money on the offer than the bid or vice versa. This would suggest to the bank receiving the quotes that more people were selling than buying, or the other way around, and this type of information would influence how they traded currency pairs and indeed the other sections of currency markets like cash deposits, certificates of deposits, and Forex forward rates. In a market such as Forex, where the volumes are not known, it is difficult to know whether the offers and bids are greater because there are so many brokers and market makers in spot FX. It's difficult to see what volume is going through at any given time, although candlestick sizes and shapes can give a level of accuracy here. But another way is to look at trends to determine where the market is better bid or better offered, and that tool is the stochastic overbought oversold oscillator. This is a 1-hour chart of the GBP/USD pair, and at position A, if you follow the vertical line down, you can see that the stochastic indicator reaches the oversold position at the 20 line with the standard setup of 5, 3 and 3. The pair acts accordingly and reverses the sell-off and moves higher. Now let's focus on the vertical line position B. We can see that again the stochastic shows oversold, however this time if we follow the vertical line, price action does not move higher. There is a very slight pullback before a continuation to the downside. This tells a professional trader that the market is not going with the stochastic indicator, and at this time this market is better offered than bid. In other words, there are more sellers. If we follow the chart across to position C, again we can see the stochastic showing oversold at the 20 line, and after a very brief pullback the pair moves to the downside, as you might expect having seen a recent bear trend. Always look for when the stochastic is working as per position A and failing as per position B and C. This will tell you whether there are more sellers than buyers or the opposite, as well as the market being overbought or oversold. When trading, always try and look where the volume is greater, and therefore if there are more buyers than sellers or vice versa. And if you keep this in the back of your mind to help you find weakness in directional bias, this ultimately will help you in your trading. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below about anything you would like us to discuss in future, or if you have any questions about this particular video. Have a great day.